Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. Happy New Year in 2023. Today, I'm going to highlight our NFL draft prospect. It's Mr. Cedric Tillman out of the University of Tennessee. So if you like the video this morning, please come in and share it. I surely appreciate here at 100 Yards Football. I'm your host, Vincent Turner, and I want to give special thanks to my man who's making it happen behind the scenes, my producer, my man, who has really been in my life for the last 2 years, and we're really taking this platform to another level. The savant himself, Mr. Jeremiah Long. So, as you know, it's almost NFL draft time. We got college football playoffs going on. We're finna have the NFL playoffs here in the next couple of weeks. But you know how we do it in 100 Yards Football. It's always been the NFL draft with us. So, coming into the new year, everybody that watches me here on 100 Yards of Football over the last 2 years knows that I'm from the 901, Memphis, Tennessee. And everybody knows how much I love that city. I went back during the holidays to visit my family, but also the state of Tennessee that only has, maybe 7 million people. And I'm very close. And I follow the University of Tennessee football program at a high level. And I want to give kudos first to Josh Heupel for turning the program around and taking them to the Orange Bowl and beating Clemson. That was a huge win. But most of all, this young man right here, along with Jalen Hyatt, during all the rough times under Jeremy Pruitt, he decided to stay with the University of Tennessee. And this young man has worked himself into a bona fide NFL draft prospect that's going to go in the first round of this year's 2023 NFL draft. So let me talk about Cedric Tillman, the University of Tennessee, and I'm awfully proud of him. It's all the way live with Mr. Tillman. But when you look at this young man, he's 6'3", 216, but think about this. See, he's got what we call NFL blood in him. His father, Cedric Tillman Sr., was a 7th-round pick in the 1992 NFL draft. 11th-round pick. And his father played in the NFL where he had 87 career receptions, 1,227 yards. And he's from Natchez, Mississippi, his father. See, I told you I was always something in the water down there in Natchez, hometown of the R&B singer Alexander O'Neal. Hometown, the guy that went to Tennessee, Mr. James Berry, his son, Eric Berry, ended up playing a pretty good safety at Tennessee and with the Kansas City Chiefs. See, I'm taking you down this storyline here to let you know this young man already coming to the University of Tennessee as a 3-star prospect had what I call already success built into him. Then think about this. His father went to Alcorn State. So you know Mr. Cedric Tillman Sr., that he was bringing some what I call wisdom, heritage, honor. And Mr. Cedric Tillman Sr. played at Alcorn State. I hope I pronounced that right. And you know all the great players that's played at Alcorn State. Leslie Frazier, Ronell Young, Jimmy Giles. But his dad was a senior when they had a freshman quarterback by the name of Steve McNabb. So see, Mr. Tillman right there, Jr., was already set up to be successful because he coming from what I say, worth ethic, something in the water in Mississippi, Morgan Freeman, Brent Favre, Archie Manning, Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones. But what I like about this young man, let me get to him, 6'3", 216. His career at Tennessee, 109 receptions, 16,022 yards. 1,622 yards, excuse me, I'm getting a little too much. 17 touchdowns, almost 14 yards a catch. But what I like about him, his sophomore year was his breakout year. 73 receptions that year, 1,083 yards, 9 touchdowns. He became the first Tennessee wide receiver to go over 1,000 yards his sophomore year. Since that young man in 2012 by the name of Justin Hunter, who ended up being a 2nd-round pick of the Tennessee Titans out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Can I say Timberland? Can I say E.J. Manuel? Can I say D.J. Dozier, Penn State? But what I love about the man, Mr. Cedric Tillman Jr., let's talk about his skill set. Skill set, strong, strength. If you like in all big receivers, can I say Haywood Jeffries? Can I say Terrell Owens? Can I say Chris Carter, the Ohio State Buckeyes? Can I say Dez Bryant with the body control? Can I say Michael Irvin? See, you're not going to be able to chuck this young man at the line of scrimmage to the next level. He's strong and big. Look at him on the screen. Then he's strong after the catch. Then he thrives on being very physical. Just remember what I said a second ago. He's going to be hard for DBs to chunk at the line of scrimmage. Quick feet that you want on a wide receiver. Body control, as I just mentioned, compared him to Dez Bryant that you want in a receiver. He's a major threat in the middle of the field. Just don't look at his junior year. He fought injuries. He still had 37 receptions for almost 417 yards. But go back to his sophomore year. You'll understand why I say he's a major threat in the middle of the field. Physical player that's able to set press coverage. What I mean by that, he's a guy when the secondary come up, he's able to line up on the outside, and you got to put somebody out there to be really physical with him. Then you might have to bring a safety over to the top. He's a very, very good football player and really dictate what's going to happen against your secondary. Hands very strong, A+. The blend of size, ball skills, and speed, A+. I'm telling you, this young man played at a high level. He's no joke. Just look at the conference he's played in. Elite. Can we say elite players? Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, Bryce Young, Kenny McIntosh, Brock Bowers, Will Levis. I don't have to say no more. That's the conference he played in, the greatest conference in the world, the SEC. And finally, what I love about the young man's skill set is his field vision. Able to go out there as all great receivers and recognize coverages. This young man is a bona fide first-round draft pick. There's no question about it. He had injuries this past year, slowed him down. It was hard for him to get on the field. Probably wasn't at 100%. But when you look at Cedric Tillman Jr., there's no question about it. He's a legit NFL draft prospect that's going to go in the first round. And think about this. As I always say, when you play wide receiver at Tennessee, it's a mantle that you have to hold to its highest level. And you sitting up here and you watching me this morning, you saying, hey, what Vincent Turner means by that? Lester McLean, Larry Severs, Willie Gault, Anthony Hancock, Anthony Miller, Mike Miller, Tim McGee, Clyde Duncan, Vincent Moore, Anthony Morgan, Alvin Hopper, Carl Pickens, Dante Stallworth, Kelly Washington, Cordell Patterson. That's what I mean when you play wide receiver at UT, and the great young man from Griffin, Georgia, Willie Gault. That is what's followed this young man to the University of Tennessee and the national championship receiver, Pearl's Price. No matter what the record is at the University of Tennessee, no matter if Tennessee has had some bad seasons, not up to par, but playing wide receiver at Tennessee, you got to be a special person, because that's all what Tennessee recruits, as special players that hold a high bar of excellence. And Stanley Morgan, the New England Patriots. It's something special to play football at the University of Tennessee. It's the wide out. It's called like Lakeside. It's all the way live. It's like Stevie Arrington, I'm watching you. It's like Leonard Skinner, Freebird. Oh my God. It's like Queen, we will rock you. The University of Tennessee, this young man, I'm proud of you. Look at that orange. It looks well on him, don't it? Cedric Tillman Jr. Man, we surely appreciate you playing your years at Tennessee, and much success. Outstanding football player that's going to be a legitimate first-round draft pick. So if you liked the video this morning, please come in and share it. We'll surely appreciate here at 100 Yards Football. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. Once again, thank you to my producer, Mr. Jeremiah Long, for making it happen. To the team of 100 Yards of Football, Logan Landers, Bobby Butler, Florida State, #1 draft pick, Atlanta Falcons, 1981 draft. Ask him. He'll tell you this young man is outstanding. To my man, behind the scenes, Mr. Ronnie Keebler, Brooklyn, New York. We got New York in the house. And to my man, the greatest voice of all of sports entertainment. He's out of Lufkin, Texas. He always reminds me the best footballers played in the state of Texas. Billy Sims Hook, my man Mark Bass. We love you. We thank you for following us here at 100 Yards Football. To my home city, it was nice to see my people. One's back this past 7 days. To my sister Rhonda Turner in Nashville, Tennessee. To my sister Stephanie in Memphis. To my sister Bridget in New Orleans. And of course, to my uncle Opie, thank you, man. All the wisdom and love you give me. And of course, to my parents, Agnes and Chester Turner. And to the whole city of Memphis, Tennessee, it was great being back. Gracie and Beale Street, baby. Midtown, South Haven, Olive Branch. We love you. 100 Yards Football. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. To the young man, one more time, Mr. Cedric Tillman, the University of Tennessee, Rocky Top. Thank you, Josh Hyper.